Hi guys, so I'm back with a new video and let's talk about Carolina, Caroline. So if you have been following me for a while, you know that not only this has been in my most anticipated for a long time, since we've heard about it, but also I'm a huge fan of Kyle Gallner. 4 years ago, I did a whole video about his filmography and just how he's the Scream King, and I actually have been thinking about doing an updated version because since 2022 he has released a ton of other films and horror films and some of my favorites. So yeah, just let me know if you would be interested in that. I might do it anyway just because I want to. But today we're here to talk about Carolina, Caroline. As I said, I've been really looking forward to this one, not just because of Kyle Gallner, but because of Samara Weaving, who also stars in this film, and because this was labeled as a thriller, so I thought maybe this is like horror adjacent, but I'll get more to that when I get to my review. I just want to thank Magnolia Pictures for sending this film to me because I don't think this will be available in Portugal. I was hoping this would premiere at some film festival, maybe as Motel X, but after I watched it, I don't think that will happen, and I'll let you know why. But yeah, let's get to it. So, if you don't know what Carolina, Caroline is about, it's about this couple that starts doing some heists. I'm gonna put it really lightly because one, there's not a lot to the story, and two, because there's not a lot, I don't want to reveal too much. I just want to keep it simple. As I said, this stars Kyle Gallner, Samara Weaving. It also stars John Grease, I think that's how you pronounce his name, who you might remember from The White Lotus. So the cast is pretty good. So let's find out if this was as good as I wanted it to be. What I can tell you right away is that this was not what I was expecting. As I said, I was expecting a thriller, maybe horror adjacent, and this is not horror at all. It is a thriller, but it is categorized as a romance crime thriller, and it's really heavy on the romance. It's romance first, thriller later, and for that reason, I don't think this will premiere at Motel X. There's really no horror elements in this besides the obvious heist aspect, but not even that aspect is there horrifying. It's just thrilling. So yeah, I'm glad I got to watch it at home because I don't think I will be able to watch it anywhere else. So yeah, right away, not what I was expecting, but I still liked it. I don't think I loved it as much as I wanted to love it, but I still think it's a really good film. Mainly, and I'm just gonna say that, it's the acting. The acting does all the work here. Not only I am a huge fan of both actors, but I genuinely think they work really well together, and their characters are just really believable. They feel like real people, and this kind of pains me to say. Kyle Gallner was amazing, but I have to highlight Samara Weaving because her performance not only has more layers, but what she does with her character is really emotional, and it's because of them that you care about the story and the film and the characters. I don't think there's an issue with the script or with the story itself. I just think it's a really basic premise. There's not a lot to it, and because it is really heavy on the romance, these actors they have to really sell it, and I think they sold it. Like, they sold it for me. Not only, as I said, I'm a huge fan of both of them, but I also, they just look really good together. I've seen some reviews saying that these are like two really good looking people, and I totally agree. I think, they just work really well. And although the focus is the romance, the movie does get pretty thrilling towards the end. Like, the last 45 minutes were wild. I was on the edge of my seat, and I enjoyed it at the end of the day. Visually, it is pretty. I don't think there's much to it. The soundtrack is really interesting. It makes sense for the film that it is, and for these characters. And I can see a lot of people really liking this soundtrack. Personally, it's not really my type of music. And it did make the film a little bit like cliche. But I also think, as I said, it works with the characters and the stories and where the movie is set. So I can't really fault it because it makes sense. It's just a personal preference. And I don't think I have anything else to say. I liked it. I think it's so unexpected what this film is. Not the story per se, but like, I just wasn't expecting this, and I wasn't expecting this from these actors. Most of all, I genuinely thought we were going to get like a really heavy thriller, like really kind of dark, but it is kind of light. It has its moments. I like that the film still makes you question a few things and the morality of situations and people. It's not really deep, but it still makes you think a little bit, so that's good as well. So I would definitely recommend it if you are up for a romance thriller. It's not a thriller with hints of romance, it's a romance with hints of thriller. Like, it's really focused on the romance, mainly like in the first, maybe like first hour of the film. Definitely the first 30 minutes are heavy on romance, so you have to be up for that. And if you like these actors, definitely watch this film because they are amazing. So let's just get to my scores. So overall, I'm gonna give the film a 3.5 out of 5. I could be a little bit biased because everything that I said, like, I just love Carl Gallner, I just love Samara Weaving, I loved seeing them together, so it could be a little bit biased, but I like giving a lower score, lower than a 3.5, just felt wrong. This film is good, it's just not what I wanted it to be, but it is good. Cinematography, I think I'm also going to give it a 3.5 out of 5 because it is well shot. It has that really like old school vibe because the film is not set in present day. I can't really tell you when it is based, but it's definitely like in the 80s or the 90s. So it has that vibe. And originality, I'm gonna give it a 3. I don't think the story is original, not the romance part or the thriller part, but somehow it just works. I've said this a couple of times, like, the film doesn't necessarily need to be super original to be a good film. If you have like a basic story, everything else just needs to be like really good. Like, the acting needs to be good, the cinematography needs to be good, the soundtrack needs to be good, and I think this film does all those things well. And like, the story is still good even though it's not the most original. So although I'm giving it a 3, like, it's not a bad story, it's just not super original. So guys, these are my thoughts on Caroline. I finally watched it. I've been waiting for this film for a while now, and yeah, even though it's not what I was expecting, I'm happy with how it turned out. I think this film really shows the acting of both of these actors, and in a way it kind of reminded me of Strange Darling. Like, Strange Darling is definitely a horror, and I just love that film dearly. Yeah, if you want me to do like a updated version of the best films by Carl Gallner and just what he has been up to, because he has, since 2022, he has been in a lot of films and a lot of horror films. And yeah, just tell me if you would be up for that. Tell me if you have seen, obviously, Caroline. Tell me how you feel about it. If you were like me and you were expecting something darker, if you still liked it anyway, or if this was exactly what you were expecting. Yeah, tell me everything in the comments. And yeah, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and I'll see you in my next video.